Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of my lineup. For this video I take a look at the second leg for Arsenal against Olympiacos for the round of 32. We obviously just played a couple of days ago. It actually feels like just a day ago, but since then both teams have had really tough fixtures in their league games. For Arsenal, we played against Everton, managed to get a 3-2 win. We were peppered for the last 10 minutes in that game, lucky to get the 3 points. The likes of Richarlison and Calvert-Lewin got opening after opening after opening, and we have Leno, Aubameyang to thank for that victory. Some good performances too from the likes of Pepe, Ceballos, so it was a confidence booster. For Olympiacos, they went up against their rivals, Paok. I think before the game there was only a 1 point gap between them, and Olympiacos managed a 1-0 away victory. I think that meant that they won the title again, because there's only one game remaining for their league in their league. So I think that meant they won the title. So both teams since have had really tough fixtures, and away to Olympiacos, for that game they almost scored twice in the first 10 minutes. Lacazette missed a couple of chances, managed to get a winner after the 80th minute. The starting lineup in that game was quite surprising. We expected maybe Niles to come on from Bellerin, but Sokratis started on the right. Saka kept his position. Lacazette started. I thought most players would be rested. People like Mustafi, thought people like Aubameyang would be rested, but the way the game panned out, even Martinez didn't start for Leno. So by the way the game turned out, we obviously saw that Arteta knew what he was doing, and he knew that was a tough opponent not to underestimate. So for the second leg it will be really interesting, because we have the game on Thursday. We have no league game over the weekend, but we have a Monday night game in the FA Cup away to Portsmouth. So what he'd probably do is go for the first team in this one, clinch a position in the last 16, and then rest a couple of players for Portsmouth. I'd like to see a quick start. The last two games we started slow, and Everton punished us within 40 seconds. And if Olympiacos had clinical strikers, they would have been 2-0 ahead in that game. We were lucky enough to get an away goal late on, and if we could get an early goal here to make it 2-0, and as they push to get their away goal, we can try and get a third, and all of a sudden the tie is over. I think we have the players to kill this game off early, and luckily we don't have any Premier League game over the weekend. Our next game is Portsmouth away on Monday, so we can afford to play the first team here, and the likes of Nelson and Willock can start next week. So I'd like us to finish this game early on without injuries, without headaches and stuff. I don't want us to start the game and Olympiacos score early on and it's 1-1 on aggregate. I don't want that. I want a quick start. So I'm expecting the likes of Aubameyang to keep their place. I don't want him to start on the right though. Ceballos played really well. He should get another start. So I'm going to show you guys what my lineup would be, but just before I go on, thanks for supporting. If you're subscribed, thanks for the constant support. Thanks for the likes and comments. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe. I always have content out every week. And thanks for watching this video, and thanks for supporting. And now to the lineup I would start. Obviously, as I've said, Leno did start against Olympiacos last week, which was a good decision from Arteta. He made some good saves, but I actually think Martinez is not a bad goalkeeper, so I'd give him a start in this one and give him a start against Portsmouth. So in goal, I'd go for Martinez. Defense is where it gets tricky, but I think the best way is to keep it same as it was in Greece. So Sokratis on the right, give Bellerin another rest. Start with Mustafi, start with Luiz, and start with Saka on the left. That is solid enough. And in midfield, I'd go with Saka and Ceballos again, because I would like to bring in Torreira, but Ceballos played very well, and it's tough to drop him for this game. So I'd stick with Saka and Ceballos in midfield. In front of them, in Greece we played Aubameyang on the right and Martinelli on the left. So I wouldn't do that. I'd switch those guys up. I'd put Aubameyang on the left and Martinelli on the right, and Ozil in behind Lacazette. Ketia will be on the bench. Nelson will be on the bench. Guendouzi, Torreira if we need to show things up later. We have the likes of Holding on the bench, Pablo Mari. Actually, if Pablo Mari gets a start, I wouldn't be really concerned, but I prefer him to get that start against against Portsmouth in the FA Cup for his first game. So my lineup again would be Martinez in goal, Sokratis on the right, Saka on the left, Mustafi and Luiz at centre back, Xhaka in midfield alongside Ceballos, Aubameyang on the left, Martinelli on the right, Ozil in the middle, and Lacazette up front. I was thinking about giving Aubameyang a rest, but we really need to get through this one because I don't want Aubameyang to get injured and he plays every single game 90 minutes. But I'm sure he'll get the rest he wants. He needs against Portsmouth in the FA Cup. So if you go with that lineup, I'll go for a 3-1 victory and a 4-1 aggregate win to see us qualify for the last 16. Obviously, the likes of Wolves, Man U, Inter Milan seem to have gotten good results, which may see them all go through alongside the likes of Getafe and all those good teams. So even Leverkusen is also in the driver's seat to go through. So I'd like to see us clinch the game early on, and the confidence is there right now. 3 wins in a row. We've kept a couple of clean sheets. So if you could keep another clean sheet here, it would be really good for Portsmouth next and West Ham in the Premier League. So that would be nice. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting. And make sure you check my player ratings after the game and my other videos. I'll have the links below. And I'll do a lineup for Portsmouth and a preview to Portsmouth, a team we haven't faced since 2009, I reckon. I'll do a preview for that on Friday and I'll have it out on Friday. Make sure you check out that video. Make sure you subscribe, and thanks for watching. God bless.